Has social media gone too far in terms of this whole melanin movement? We always find a way to point out that we have differences within Black people. It is okay to kind of highlight, make this a beautiful thing, and also empower us as women and men of color. But where it kind of goes a fine line is making this a trend.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Law Speaks Volumes.
And this is MJ from Young Revolutionary Poetry.
And we are here giving you queenly critique, no chaser, where there is no such thing as a watered down truth.
All right, tonight's topic is the double standard and what that looks like in terms of men and women. The first thing we're going to discuss: should your woman know how to cook?
MJ, do you know how to cook?
I know how to get down. I got bars.
Bars in the kitchen, huh?
Period.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I feel like most relationships that you jump into or situationships, the man automatically demands that you should know how to cook. So, Lau, what do you think? Should women know how to cook?
I mean, they should know how to get their way around the kitchen, you feel what I'm saying? But everybody is not a chef, you feel me? And everybody doesn't have that, forte when it comes to cooking.
Right.
So it's like, if that's not where her comfort is and that's not her specialty, it just ain't her specialty. My whole thing is, shit, nowadays, we all gotta work, you feel me? Niggas wanna have 1960 traditional women when they living in the new millennium. Like, what the fuck?
I do feel like a woman should know how to cook something. However, men definitely should know how to cook for themselves. Because what happens when your woman isn't around, or if she's just not there?
Nigga, what happens if you need to fucking survive? Period. Like, what do you mean? You need to survive. Yeah. So, nigga, if it's what, you don't have ramen noodles? Ramen noodles. That's just what it's gonna be.
Niggas are out here eating
niggas
top
just
ramen.
Making spreads. I'm just saying.
Hey, a spread is bomb though. I've had a spread though.
Nah, I'm not having penitentiary food every day.
I've had a spread though. It's not that bad. It's actually really good for if you want to make your ass fatter. Okay, so we're just gonna move on to the next topic.
Know that.
We're gonna move on to the next topic. Ladies, how do you feel about making more money than your man? Or fellas, how do you feel about your woman making more money than you? I mean, a lot of women are in the workforce. Women are statistically more educated than men these days. And they're also entrepreneurs. A lot more women are becoming entrepreneurs. So you're getting into these relationships, and usually 9 times out of 10 your woman does make more money than you. So Lau, how do you feel about making more money than your man?
I mean, I don't feel like that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but at the same time, when you know that you're the breadwinner and bringing the money home, I don't feel like a man, I don't feel like a woman should make a man feel less than. You know what I'm saying? A man should always feel like a man. So regardless of who's making more money or not, he should always feel like that man. You get what I'm saying? Like, and that money is only sustaining your household. So you always keep that aligned.
Do you feel like if a couple is married and the woman is the breadwinner, do you feel like it's okay for the man to be at home taking care of the kids, taking care of the house? Because we also see a lot of that more too these days.
Honestly, I don't think that we live in a time where that's possible. You feel me? Like, I don't see where, first of all, like, they're roles have like reversed. I don't feel like a man should be at home at all. Like, you
like the more traditional role. You feel like it should be more traditional?
I feel like dudes these days still want a traditional woman, and if it's gonna be traditional, it's gonna be traditional all the way the fuck around. Like, if I'm gonna be at home cooking or whatever, nigga, you need to be bringing in that money to put that food on the table. Period.
She's turned up, y'all. So we're gonna move on to the next.
Okay.
We'll move on to the next segment in terms of double standards. The men versus women dating. So often we see men and women dating early on when the romance is, rather early, and the body count isn't discussed. So I feel like when it comes to women, I feel like women and men both lie when it comes to their body count. No one really wants to be honest about that. However, I feel like there's this stigma against women when we are honest about our body count or honest about
I ain't gonna lie.
dating.
I ain't gonna lie.
You ain't gonna lie about
I'm
what?
not gonna lie, nigga, about my body count.
So you gonna keep it 100
I'm
from
gonna
the
keep
jump?
it 100.
If he asks you, or you just gonna jump?
If
jump
you
into
ask, you shall receive. I'm going to tell you.
Okay. So why do you think that stigma exists? Why do you think that it's okay for men to be a little bit more flow when it comes to dating, rather women?
Because they don't want to feel like they're in competition with their woman. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a man has always had the mindset of being the hunter. You know, they don't have the mindset of being hunted. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's like emasculating in a way, you know? And
I think it's also an ego thing too. A lot of niggas don't want to imagine their female or their woman with another nigga. So it's like when you say, oh, I'm dating more than one person, or you and I are dating and it's still early on, I think a man might feel some type of way about that because it's like, damn, is she fucking him, or what's really going on? What's really the real tea?
right. But I just see it like this. Anything that a man can do, anything that is possible for a human being to do, we can all do it. You feel what I'm saying? It's only looked differently because we're women. We're supposed to be, you know, we're supposed to be proper. We're supposed to be trained, and it all is based off these ideals of what a woman should be, you know? And I feel like it's a new day and age now. You got to get used to the fact that a woman is not always going to be that woman that you can just check off the list. You feel me? Like, we go
So
through
you feel like,
things.
I think that we should have more realistic expectation when it comes to the person that we're dating. We have all these things, and sometimes women, we want the family man, the provider, the this, the that. But what can you be to match that? I think that's what we can kind of balance off as like a less traditional gender role, which brings us to the last one.
This does bring us to the last one, right? My thing is these roles.
What roles?
These roles, you know, what women are supposed to do and what men are supposed to do. I feel like off top, we are taught as women that we have to prepare ourselves to be wives. You get what I'm saying? This is the mindset that men have coming in, and it's like, but you're not preparing yourself to be a husband. You get what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not.
Well, let's break it down. Let's say outside of relationships.
Right.
Outside of relationships. At 27, I feel like society does kind of put this pressure on me to already be married, and then not even be married first, but more importantly, have kids first. I feel like society automatically thinks 27, black woman, 1 or 2 kids. And when I meet somebody early on, they're surprised that I don't have kids. So I think that's one of the things that we need to check with society and check within ourselves. What is really the role that works for us as women, and what's the role that works for men too?
Right. I mean, it's all individual based. You feel what I'm saying? Like, everyone isn't raised the same. Everyone doesn't have the same, you know, like, concepts of life. Period. So it's all depending on who you deal with, and you can't jump into something or go into anything with this type of picture perfect, like, representation of what you want. And
unless you're that yourself first.
Exactly.
Yes.
You have to be that.
So what's the queenly critique?
Queenly critique is, don't expect nothing that you're not giving or you're not ready for. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
So we will see you guys next week on Queenly Critique No Chaser, where there is no such thing as the watered down truth. Bye.